life in small town Garissa where I grew up, it's very hot. It's on the equator. So every day will be mornings we'll go to school, and in the evening we'll go to madrasa and get know about our religion. On the weekends we'll go out to the river. We had a very beautiful river called Tana River that passes right by my town. My dad and my mom passed away when I was very young. So I was raised by my brothers, and I have 22 siblings. I have only one sister who is the same mother as I. So like I said, we are very well cultured. My dad did marry a lot of wives, and that's just normal in Africa and other parts of the world. The ethnic minority that I come from, that occupies parts of Kenya as a republic, has never been treated very well by the successive Kenyan governments since independence. There were a lot of torture, killings, disappearance. My mom and I and my sister were taken away from our home and taken out to a field, and it was like about 600 of us, and they took us there in the morning, and it was hot, and there was no shades and there was no water, and they put us out in the field, the army, the Kenyan army, and they will just question people and cane some people and beat some people, torture some people. Luckily my dad was politically well connected. He came, identified my mom and my sister and I, and he took us with him, but I know there were like 100 families that were not so lucky that day, and they really lost their lives. I used to be a little bit fearful younger, but as I grew up I got a little bit more bold, more braver, and that's one thing that motivates me even when I came to the States right now, and that makes me very active in a lot of things in the community, because I don't want that happening to any community or any group or anybody that I know. I don't want them to be victims just to go through something like that. I think that is partly what influenced my leadership and who I am today. All my life I never thought I would ever come to the US. And in my head I never thought that. I don't know, for some reason I used to growing up watching Hollywood movies, and there was this idea about America that is all powerful, that you had this one guy that can take out a whole army of countries like Rambo and Chuck Norris and all that. There was a chance that it did happen. Coming for school, I got a visa to come study. I went to Florida for briefly. After that I moved to the state of Minnesota. My cousin was here. So I got into Florida, landed in Florida, and again, Florida, amazing. Miami, I'm like, wow, this is just like in the movies. But then the reality started sinking in. After a few days, we're like, oh, okay, this is, it's not like in the movies. There's nothing for free. There's nothing, it's not the way I expected it to be. Finding a job was very hard, so there was no job for me. So I was staying with people that do have a job, and they were supporting me. But some of them were relatives. It was tough, you're powerless basically, because, somebody could tell you to get out and you will be homeless. I've experienced racism in this country. I've experienced discrimination in this country. I have been treated very badly in this country, but I don't take those experiences, because I don't feel those are the experiences that I should take with me. I take the experiences that has been more positive, that people that have been great, that have been supportive, that have been giving me an opportunity to succeed, and use that as a motivation to do more for myself and for my family, and that's what it comes down to. But I've always believed in what this country is all about. I said, that's my experience, but I'll make sure that my son doesn't experience that, and that he's still treated equally, and he is respected, and then people look to him for his character, not because of his skin color or his religion or where he comes from. I always want to be a journalist. I used to have a camera when I was growing up, and I like to sit down and edit a video, shoot a video. I just find it the way it just helps me. Some people like reading, some people like writing books, but video editing or video shooting is something that I really like doing. Apart from other businesses that I have created an organization with Natalie called Unite Cloud, and we have immensely contributed to conversations in our community about race, religion, sex, and building that relationship and how we're going to interact with each other in those environments as people, not as white, black, Muslim, Christian, gay, lesbian, as people. And I am not Martin Luther King, I'm not Mahatma Gandhi, I'm not Nelson Mandela, but I am a person and a friend and a neighbor and a husband and a community leader, and somebody that cares about this St. Cloud community a lot, and that has grown here and calls this place his home. That's more important to me than anything else.